Hello, my friends. This is the video that I made on Palantir on June the 20th, when the price of this asset was, as you can see right here, at $139.96 at regular hours and $139.18 at pre-market hours. And at this very point, my main assumption was that this asset was quite bullish, but it has to hold this, first of all, this green rectangle as the range of support, and the second invalidation point should be at around $120, this previous bottom. And as long as this pivot holds, Palantir is still bullish, but potentially it has to retest these levels. And guys, take a look right here. This is the actual price action of Palantir, and I made my previous video somewhere at this point on June the 20th. And since I made it, you can see that Palantir went higher, and I drew this line for my patrons. I explained them that if this range breaks, we have to retest this green rectangle. And guys, it happened exactly as I predicted. This range was broken, and it went to the downside by about 10%, and it has a very good bounce out of this green rectangle. And guys, this is another evidence of the power of technical analysis. And if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account. And guys, I'm recording this part of the video on June 28th, and within less than a week I will close some of cheap member tiers, and let me show you just a sneak peek on the most recent call that I made just 2 days ago. You know that yesterday on Friday's session on June 27th, Coinbase lost substantial amount of its value. And I made this set of posts the day before on Thursday. You can see it right here. It is June 26th, Thursday, June 26th of this year. And this top I caught to the tick. I made it for my patrons, and the major sell-off happened the very next day on Friday. And guys, you can see that I made a perfect call, and it is not the only call that I made. You can find other similar achievements in the Patreon articles, and that is why, guys, if you want to be a part of this community, feel free to join my Patreon, because within next several days you will not have these lucrative prices.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
So guys, and let's zoom out to, let's say, 3 hours time frame, and let me show you a bigger picture of this price action. I have to admit that I caught this bottom of Palantir at roughly $66.23, and if you watch my video for quite some time, you know that I caught a lot of crucial pivotal points for Palantir, and this movement to the upside is nothing else but the very beginning of the fifth wave on the biggest scale. And for now we completed Palantir completed just first wave on this scale, and this potentially nothing else but the consolidation phase to the second, and this is another leg to the upside that at the end of this fifth wave should form the third wave on the same scale that this yellow number shows. So, and I will show you its crucial levels and invalidation points for the price targets within just several minutes. But for now, let's take a look at some fundamentals. First of all, I want to pay attention to the general sentiment for Palantir stock. If you type in Google search bar Palantir stock and switch to news tab folder, you will find a lot of recent news that are quite bullish on Palantir. First of all, take a look right here. An everyday investor built a $2 million portfolio with a single stock. Here's how. And guys, I have to admit that I don't like this news, because it is nothing else but a survival bias. If you don't know what does this mean, you can Google about this fact. But in other words, it is just a cherry picking of certain facts. Someone just cherry picks certain facts in order to show it as a general rule. But it is well, it happens, but it is not the I would say most common practice to have this type of success within just one stock. And let me show you other news. Here you can see the reason why Palantir has a substantial drop to the downside, and let me show you this news in details. Palantir Technologies delivered a dramatic display of market volatility this week. And by the way, this news was published on June 27. It means it says about the last week. Surging to record highs before retreating sharply and here is the bullet points. Palantir Technologies experienced significant market volatility, reaching record highs after announcing a $100 million contract with nuclear company before a sharp sell-off. And I will cover this contract within 1 minute. The stock surged to an intraday peak of $148.22, driven by investor enthusiasm for its role in AI and defense, but fell 10% the following day to close at $130.74. Despite the late week decline, Palantir ended the week higher overall, supported by strong market conditions and investor confidence in the tech sector. Signs of stabilization in after-hours trading suggest some investors are betting on Palantir's long-term growth potential despite its characteristic volatility. And guys, I told to my patrons multiple times and to my viewers on YouTube that Palantir is very volatile stock, but in general it is very bullish. And I also hold Palantir stock in my long-term portfolio. It is the major holding in it, and my average price is below $15, and I don't want to sell this stock because I know and I see the potential upside potential for the stock in the medium and long-term perspective. On top of that, guys, let me show you this news, the reason why it had last kick to the upside that again established new all-time high. Palantir and nuclear company partnered to launch platform to rapidly scale nuclear deployment. And guys, another contract that was disclosed publicly, and I have to admit that these contracts are extremely sticky for Palantir customers, because if they implement, if they add Palantir to their working processes, it is extremely difficult to exclude these tools out of their business processes. That is why, guys, these contracts, once they are signed, potentially it is a lifetime contracts, especially in this quite well complicated industry. On top of that, take a look at the list of institutional investors, so-called smart money investors list. And first of all, again, I want to pay your attention to this chart. It is the institutional ownership of Palantir Technologies, and Palantir is still printing its higher highs, and it it broke another all-time high with the last bar. On top of that, guys, if you take a look at the list of institutional investors itself, and if you sort them by number of shares from the biggest one to smallest, you can see that the all top Palantir shareholders, they either added heavily to their quite substantial billions of dollars in value their positions, or they reduced a little bit their position, as you can see for the Bank of America Corporation. They still hold, by the way, they still hold more than $1.2 billion in value in Palantir. And this is a very, very important catalyst that shows that Palantir is very bullish in general in the long-term perspective. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, I still stand on my position that Palantir is extremely bullish, but with this movement to the downside that has quite substantial volume and that had about 10% of movements in terms of the price, I think we might see some kind of consolidation phase, and most likely the fifth wave on this scale that will end right here, and I mean 5 waves to the upside, that will form third wave somewhere at the price point of $214, because it is still, this price target is still on the table as long as wait a second, this bottom holds, because it is 1-2 setup on a bigger scale, and the third wave should land somewhere at these ranges. And guys, Yes, this movement is quite substantial, but we cannot invalidate its movement to the upside for the top, to hit the top of internal third wave. And by the way, it is not the exact price target for the third wave, it is just a blueprint for internal third wave. As long as this pivot holds, guys, we still have all the chances to hit it within next, I would say, couple of weeks. That is why Palantir is still bullish despite its recent sell-off, but I want to have more data from the upcoming week. And by the way, on pre-market hours, as you can see on your bottom right corner, it up by 4.54%. And I would say it is a very good sign, because if it retraces more than 50% of its movement to the downside. Let me show you this in this scale. If I pull Fibonacci retracement tool from this top to this bottom, if it breaks $139.23, and we are not far from this level, in this case, the likelihood of its next movement to the downside will be much lower. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap.